on. Come on in. Come on in.
Good evening, everyone.
Let us know where you're streaming from. Come on in. Come on in.
Happy Friday. It's
Happy Friday.
another week down.
Yes, I want to. Last week we didn't come on. Uh, Charmaine was in prep mode for her sermon, and she did a phenomenal job on Mother's Day. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to stress her out with a Friday night and her sermon. So anyway, we took the week off, and we are back with a amazing topic because the sad truth about it is a majority of people have dealt with someone cheating on them. Whether
What is the
known,
topic?
the topic is,
You just went right in.
yeah, I was going to say that after, but many people have been in relationships where someone has mismanaged them. And today we wanted to talk about how to rebuild trust.
After infidelity.
After infidelity. How to rebuild trust after infidelity is the gist of it. Well, come on in. Come on in. Wanted to give you some time to get in before we get started and let us know where you're streaming from.
Awesome.
I see you.
John's
I see you.
been having a awesome day today. He's been Mr. Handyman around the house, hanging things, cleaning things.
Trying to, y'all. Trying to.
Yep, it's awesome.
Well,
You have to stretch yourselves.
hey,
Learn something new every day.
absolutely. Absolutely. If you want something different, you got to do something different.
That's right. That's right.
I see. I have one more blind to hang up. Anyway, well, my name is Jomo,
I'm Charmaine.
and we come together on Friday nights, most Friday nights, with real, raw, and relevant conversation pertaining to relationships. And tonight's topic, we're dealing with how to rebuild trust. And we're going to come from three perspectives.
Right.
The betrayer, the betrayed, and what we got to do together to move forward if you decide to move forward.
That's right. Infidelity touches a lot of marriages, and if we don't talk about it, we can't get better. And a lot of times, couples will go through infidelity and never really deal with the problem, never really deal with their feelings, never deal with healing, and they just try to move on with life. But then you're living with triggers. And if we could minimize those by managing it better, then that is the goal. So first, we're going to talk about the task of the betrayer. So this is the person that cheated.
Correct.
Okay, the things that you should do in order to move forward in your relationship. And of course, we're assuming at this point, both parties want to move forward. Both parties want to work on the marriage. So the first thing is be honest, use full disclosure about the affair, and find a way to atone or express remorse. Now, this is not going to be easy because the person that's hurt, they don't trust you.
They don't trust you, and it's always difficult to reveal things that are going to hurt people.
Mm.
And whether you cheated with 1,000 or one, it still hurts.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
So the bottom line is, example, I blew it, I cheated, and don't try to justify why you cheated. I cheated because I cheated, just if you want to move forward.
If you want to move forward.
If you want to move forward.
Right.
So the key point, be honest.
Deal with the traumatic feelings after the discovery and be willing to ask and answer questions.
Now this, you have to die right here in reference to your thought process. And meaning it's going to hurt. You're going to be embarrassed. There'll be shame. There'll be guilt, all of that. But it's a part of healing.
Right. And I think at this point, it's going to be very challenging for you not to try to lie to save the person's feelings.
Yes.
But if you lie in this point of the process of healing, then it's going to catch up with you, and then they're really not going to be able to trust you. So at this point, it's best to be as honest as possible and be as sincere as possible. You must end the affair. I mean, that should have been number one, but you must end the affair. I mean, you got caught, right? You still want to work on your marriage, right? You can't be married and be in a relationship with somebody else. It just doesn't work out.
What?
It doesn't work out. And a lot of people still do this, babe. They will try to keep their wife and keep the chick on the side.
or the dude on the side. Let's make
Or
this
the
clear.
dude on the side.
Yes, 'cause we got a lot of that going on too.
Because sometimes the dude on the side or the woman on the side, they don't care that you're married. They don't like that you're married. They don't like that you have other responsibilities somewhere else. So they don't have to be the wife. They don't have to be the husband.
Facts.
They just want to have fun.
Facts.
So
Be
you
careful.
have to end the affair.
Obviously.
And lastly, be willing to apologize for cheating in a sincere way and promise not to repeat.
That's a key part. That's a key aspect to repeating it. The challenge oftentimes is, whether it's the first or multiple times, it's definitely painful regardless.
Right.
But if your apology is not sincere because you have repetitive action, the apology may not be received.
Right.
Because if you keep doing it.
Right. All right. So the task of the betrayed partner, and this is all from Dr. Gottman, John Gottman. The task of the betrayed partner is express your feelings to your spouse, but be sure to avoid accusations. Try to use I messages like I feel deeply hurt. I feel this way. I feel that way versus you did this, you did that, you caused this. I'm not sure if I can ever trust you again. Those are just examples of using the word I versus accusatory type statements.
I think with that, you have to be, if you have someone cheated on you, you have to be clear if you want to move forward. Because in marriage, that is a get out of jail free card. Adultery, you can, biblically stating, you could say, I don't want to be with you no more because of what you did.
Right.
So you have to make a conscious decision that if I choose to move forward with this person who cheated on me, that I'm going to have to grow in some areas, because to absorb it and continue, you have to have a certain mentality that I'm in it for the long haul.
Okay, next it says, avoid rehashing all the events around the affair. Marathon talk sessions about it may deepen the wounds. So make sure, I always advise couples not to ask about details, because what fruit are you getting out of that? How are you able to move forward based off of you knowing all of the gritty details of the affair? I don't feel like it's very fruitful at all. What is your thought?
For most, I've seen it becomes more painful.
Right.
Because the more questions you ask in reference to the affair, you're trying to find out why the affair happened.
Right. Was she prettier than me?
Yes.
Did she perform in bed better than me?
Yes.
Did you enjoy her personality more?
All of that.
You're trying to figure out why, and sometimes the why it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not going to help you. And so you have to be mindful of how much information is relevant.
Right.
Bottom line, they cheated.
That's it.
Bottom line, you want to still be with them. Bottom line, I need to put some more restrictions, or we're going to have to set some different guidelines by how we live.
Right. Okay, it says find a way to forgive, or at least accept your partner's actions and work toward forgiveness.
This is the big one. Forgiveness does not mean that you forgot.
Right.
Forgiveness means you choose to not always bring it up.
And this is where the work really begins.
This is the tough part.
Because this takes time.
Yes, because every time you look at them, you're going to feel a certain kind of way.
And go on.
You're going to wake up midnight, start punching people. I'm telling you. And on the opposite, I didn't say this. For the person who betrayed or the adulterer, you have to have thick skin for a season. Because she or he going to be giving you the business.
Yeah. And you want, as a betrayer, you want them to just forgive and forget.
No.
And you want to move forward like nothing happened. And that is not the case, because guess what? Something was broken. And now you're getting a new husband. Now you're getting a new wife, because they've gone through something that they never thought they would have to go through in their relationship, their marriage. So now you're getting someone that has been through something, and they're a different person now because of your actions. So you're going to have to deal with a few things in order for them to go through the process of healing and forgiveness.
Triggers and trauma are now your friend.
And that's real. Lastly, remember that whatever you think or feel after experiencing your partner's infidelity is normal, according to Dr. Gottman.
Yes.
In some ways, finding out about infidelity feels like learning about the person all over again.
Facts. You mentioned that.
Okay, so task for both partners.
All right.
Both partners need to talk about intense feelings respectfully without blame, judgment, criticism, or contempt.
Why'd you do it?
Oh, I know why you did it, right?
I mean, I take care of you. I don't know why you had to go out there.
Right. I think this right here is just toxic, the type of communication that we're giving you an example of. And that's what they're telling you, avoid talking like this. Try to practice talking in a way that promotes healing, restoration, and getting to know each other again. You might have to
Correct.
start, this may be you starting all over again and dating your spouse all over again and starting off from scratch. Because the goal after you heal and recover from infidelity, the goal is for them not to look at you and remember. The goal is for them not to be not, I don't want to say use disgusted, but you don't want them to have to remember or rehash every time you say a phrase or you look a certain way or you walk out the door. When they totally forgive and totally recover, you don't want those things to be brought up.
You have to be mindful too. You have to you have to re-engage. Sometimes I see when people get into rough spots, they stop dating, they stop mating, they stop all of it. Research states that you need to get back into relations, sex with your spouse. I know you're like, I don't, well, again, research. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, based on studies, they say that you should try to re-engage process, meaning it may not be quick, but you want to get back together.
Right, that's number two. Partners need to find a way to connect emotionally and sexually or attach, or if they do not attach, it's risky as far as them being able to be successful in the marriage moving
Correct.
forward.
Correct. You have to, every time you have sex with your spouse, you recover the relationship.
Right.
You have to go back to the things you did.
It's not going to be easy.
No.
But it's something that's necessary.
Correct. Correct.
Lastly, they also need to be more attuned and spend regular time together. For example, rituals like daily walks, eating meals together, having regular date nights. All of those things are very important in order to re-engage, reconnect.
You need to set new standards for communication, for honesty, for openness, for
Right.
transparency, for accountability.
Right.
You have to set new standards. And I think one of the key aspects to starting again is kissing is good, but I think you need to have an expectation exercise of what you expect from me and what I expect from you. And then we need to do a trial, a 60, 30, 90-day trial, and say, can you do it? And if you can't do it, let's say, let's just kiss and say goodbye. Meaning, let's set some new standards of changed behavior and let me watch you for a while.
That's good.
To see whether I really want to engage. Because if you can't do it for a short-term trial, why,
Right.
if this means our relationship and you can't make the changes for 30, 60, 90 days, why would I think you're going to make it for longer?
That's good.
So I think it's just, you have to start over and you have to do a reset.
Right.
And you
That's good.
recommit
You have
to
to
it.
commit to it.
Yeah.
Set appointments with each other and don't miss them.
I think it's also, it may be a good thing to find some accountability partners.
Absolutely. Find groups.
Yeah. Some people hold you accountable to what you say.
With our church, we have our One Flesh group. They are awesome.
They meet
Whenever
tonight,
we
I think.
join, they are meeting tonight.
Yeah.
We always have a great time in the Lord,
Yeah.
and they meet outside the four walls of the church, which is always awesome. And they give couples great examples of some date nights that they could do on their own as well. So find groups like that and different classes that you can take together as well.
Correct. You can recover from adultery, but it's going to be work.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be more work than being married. Because you have to recover from where you were. You got to get healing.
Right.
You got to set new standards,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to regain trust.
Right.
And trust takes time.
Trust takes time.
And you can't get frustrated in rebuilding the trust. If you broke it, you better be patient with the spouse to allow him or her to heal again.
Right.
Well,
thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember, love, laugh, and learn.
learn.
If you have not joined our YouTube channel, please join. It's Jomo and Charmaine
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
Have a great day. God bless you. Peace.
Bye-bye.